There's a big scary. There's this guy behind me. Who's this guy behind me?
That would be me. I'm Brockus.
Damn, this guy's huge. Look at the size of him. I had to move him back on the stage just so he didn't look too much bigger than me. But here he is. I don't know if that axe taking off my head again would I don't know what that would do to me at this point, but I think we'll look past the axe. We'll have to move on with the show. All right, we've got a chat filling up in here. We got Lacey Ann, we got Saki, we got Trez, we got Data. I think I owe Saki some bones for last week that I forgot about. Let's see if we can get those out of the way. Brockus, do you have any websites or anything? Because I couldn't link anything to you. I couldn't barely find anything for you this morning.
Oh, sure. I actually have my own YouTube channel. I can go ahead and send you the link if you'd like.
You can send me the link. You can tweet it out in chat. If you don't have a wrench, you will. And I'll make sure to add it into the description so that people get to see you somewhere else. And while we're doing all that hubbub behind the scenes, let's see if I can't remember how to run my show on a Monday. And I added all these new fun things, so the game board's a little harder to find now. There it is.
Welcome to the Great Debate.
And we have a board. The wonderful board. I like the board like this. This is better than with all that blue crap, I think. So
it's a very nice board. I do like the red because, you know, for the horde.
Yes. Okay. The horde. Now, I'm not very familiar with orc or anything to do with asterisks.
Gotcha.
So when I was looking up things this morning for you, I'm like, okay, cool, an orc. Cool, this is an orc, right? Yeah, I'll take that one. You're like, no, that's not the one. No, well, what do you mean? It's an orc. Okay.
You got the hell screen, but you didn't get the right hell screen.
I don't know. What am I supposed to know about orcs? This is the first one. I'm surprised my stage holds you up.
There's a lot of things surprising about orcs.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
You get dry mouth when you sit and talk in the morning. It's almost like your mouth purposely dries out on you when you go to speak. It's like, nope, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But without further ado, Brockus, would you like to pick something off of that board?
Let's go with easy category, video games.
Ooh, video games. Okay, so I tried to reword this so it wasn't like everybody else has been talking about it, but should video games be made with more random achievements and not be so merit based?
Some video games I do believe they should. That's only because I do play a lot of video games, and sometimes it's nice to do something completely fucking random in a game. You didn't intend to do it, and all of a sudden, boom, achievement. Like, wait, what the hell?
Okay, well, there's people out there contesting that video games are too competitive, that you have to work too hard to get certain achievements that, you know, they may not take the time to put in.
Oh god, those people need to stop crying so much.
Now, granted, it's a stupid argument, but this is an easy category, so you know, you got to take your trade-offs, right?
Yeah.
We as gamers, anybody who's been a gamer for at least 10 years knows of things in games, little mods or things you can do, settings even sometimes, that give you almost a god mode in the game. And even those with a god mode running, the game gets fucking boring like that.
Yeah.
There's no contest to what you can do. There's nothing that stands against you. And it gets boring.
If you've got to tweak it to actually be like some sort of like untouchable, unkillable god in the game, because you hacked into the system or used a cheat code or whatever the case was. I mean, granted, these things don't really exist that often anymore with video games nowadays, but still, like, being a god in a video game sucks because there's no challenge. And that was the whole point of why you started playing a video game to begin with. The story, the challenge, the actual competition. It's why video game leagues even exist to begin with.
And if you're gonna have god mode, you have to work your fucking ass off all the way through the game to get to god mode.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, something close to it. You know, hey, I'm invincible in the shadows. Sorry, I was just playing Darkness 2. I beat the game the other day after, you know, I beat it like Saturday morning. I sat here for 3 hours and finished. I was like, well, damn, where's the third one? Haven't looked yet. Nobody tell me. But games, by nature, you sit down to fill time. And let's use an easy comparative one. My son loves to turn Minecraft on in creative mode, which I guess would be a god mode kind of thing. You can walk right up to a creeper and slap him 3 times with nothing and kill him. It's just, you can walk over and hit him with a sword and kill him with the same number of hits. It doesn't matter. You can have or build whatever you want in the game. Yeah, it's cool to an extent that you can do certain things, but me, I played that mode a few times and I find myself always going back to the regular mode. Give me something that's gonna try and kill me randomly or piss me off, because without that to overcome, I feel like I haven't done anything. Without having to collect, you know, the whole crate full of fucking cobblestone, then I haven't made that accomplishment. If that makes
plus
sense.
it does. And it, when it comes to Minecraft, one of the most intriguing things I think I've ever actually had to deal with was me and a friend of mine were trying to just, you know, play the game, build a house, you know, create a shelter, all that good shit. And I would say the next morning, as we were sitting there, you know, the sun came up and everything, I go outside and there was a friggin' creeper waiting for me, and it blew up just as my buddy came out of the house. It was hilarious, and that was the kind of thing that I actually liked in that game. It was the surprises that were waiting around the corner.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Minecraft, but you gotta put it down because I do like the surprises so much. Every once in a while, you let those surprises go to a point you're like, okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. If you don't play the computer version, you don't know what the game does to you. But if you play on the computer version and you open up the list menu, it's like an overlay during the game, and you can watch it, and it'll say, shit, what does it read? It reads something like the level of aggression the mobs are going to have towards you. And you can watch that every half day go up 0.1. Yeah,
interesting.
you can watch that climb through the game. So the longer you stay in one area, the farther up the aggression of the mobs comes. So you'll get more creepers and more skeletons the longer you sit in certain areas. On console version, fuck you, Xbox, because you can only have so many mobs in any given area. Period. Which sucks for farming. But when you play with the God mode and you can create everything, it's fun to the point where you can do certain things, but that's where it stops becoming fun. It doesn't offer you any challenge. It doesn't offer you anything to get out of it. Sure, you could go in there and build a castle. Cool, you made something. Awesome. But, you know, I feel a little better once I've built that castle, having to collect all the materials and everything. And after building that castle, I went and killed a fucking dragon and put his head right at the top spike. That's me. Sorry. I kind of do awesome. Like Minecraft. In one world on my Xbox, I built a museum, and all of the windows of the museum were glass replicas of mob heads all the way around. And the second floor was basically just a railing going around. There was a third floor that looked down over the bottom of it. And there's these little pillars in the center of the museum, and each little pillar had things that are a pain in the ass to acquire. So there's a dragon head sitting there. There's the dragon egg sitting there. There's a diamond block sitting there. There are a few other things. What's the crystal you get for defeating the three-headed wither? There's one of those sitting there. There's a wither head sitting there. There's a few other things. And then on all the walls, there's different emblems and items all the way around, and flags and things that I had made throughout the game. And then you leave the museum, and there's these huge freaking factories of mob catchers and shit, and all sorts of shit. Yeah, that world's dead now. I got so much shit, it's no longer fun to play. I needed a new world, so I moved on.
Fair enough.
But yeah, without that challenge, video games just don't feel fun to me. You know, I don't know about most other people. If you got the game knowing, hey, no matter what I do, I'm gonna be okay. Oh, well, they can, cool. My kids might like it, but it doesn't sound fun right now. I need something with a little bit of challenge.
Right.
All right, here we are. The board's back. What do we got going on in the chat? Let's see. Everybody seems to be having fun. Participation trophies. That's right, Data. I agree. You changed your name. Okay. And no worries. All right. No comments really from the chat other than that about the video games. What would you like to chat about next?
Let's go in the general category, and let's pick something that we're both using. The internet.
The internet is for porn. Huh? Why should websites be responsible for the users making financial arrangements once they connect? If you solicit sex in Walmart, is Walmart at fault? Oh shit, no. I wasn't ready for this. No.
The example of, if you solicit sex in Walmart, is Walmart at fault? No, absolutely not. That's fucking stupid to actually sit there and try to blame Walmart because you decided to actually I don't know. Suck a dude off in the parking lot for $50.
Yeah. Why?
That is not Walmart's fault just because you did it there.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure of this new fucking 5-letter acronym bill, which is, therefore, I could look. Hold on. While I'm talking about it, I'm not sure about the exact name of this arrangement or agreement that made this happen. But apparently, when you go to Craigslist and you go to the personal section, AIGSLIST.org? I think it's org. Okay, and then you go to the personal section. I'm sure other people have done this, and it's the personal section is still there, but when you click on the personal section now, it is the FOSTA. The U.S. Congress just passed H.R. 1865 FOSTA, seeking to subject websites to criminal and civil liability when third parties or users misuse online personals unlawfully. Any tool or service can be misused. We can't take such a risk without jeopardizing all our other services, so we are regretfully taking Craigslist personals offline. Hopefully we can bring them back someday. The millions of spouses, partners, and couples who met through Craigslist, we wish you every happiness. What the fuck?
So because somebody doesn't like the fact that there's a dude selling gallons of wolf semen on Craigslist.
No. What it is, well, I know you kind of understand, but what it is you get those, I can't even look to reference what some of them say, but you get some of those girls that end up on Craigslist because it's free. I get fucking emails all the time. I get messages every once in a while in my chats on YouTube. The girls that are just looking for you to come visit their website, or they're looking to solicit themselves because they're broke, or they need a sugar daddy, or something stupid like that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And
the actual porn bots who aren't really bots.
Yeah. And what they're doing is they're saying, you know what, there's an awful lot of these people out there doing this. So we're gonna hold the website responsible.
No, wrong.
So
do you have any idea how often I get fucking followed on Twitter by a porn bot, or on Facebook by a porn bot, or some shit like that? Just ignore them, for fuck's sake. If they just recently joined a social media site, or you know for a fact they're not the actual model they're claiming to be, whatever the case is, fucking ignore them. Don't talk to them. Just move on with your life, and eventually the site will, the profile will be deleted.
Even beyond that, people who are on there looking for a sugar daddy are going, you know, I'm a little broke this week. I could use $40. I'm willing to take some guy and, you know, splitting me up a little bit. That's prohibited now. And if somebody does that using a site, that site is now liable for the repercussions of it.
As long as you're two consenting adults, I don't understand the problem.
That's the point. People have a problem with the fact that the government has decided to step in and put liability on the sites for people who use the sites doing things wrong. So here is the question. If I am selling myself on YouTube, if I'm attempting to sell myself for money on YouTube, is that the same? I am soliciting myself on YouTube to attempt to earn money. It's not porn, but I'm still soliciting myself. Do you see where that line comes in? It's like, well, look at what you're making look at what you're trying to do. You're trying to say people that are looking for alternate forms of income because they're broke can no longer go that route, no matter what the route is, if you allow this to keep going.
Yeah, and it's what is a dating site if not basically a social media site that has certain blocks so you can't actually message people? I'm sorry, but Plenty of Fish is basically Facebook, but with a certain level of tier that you have to unlock by paying money to actually message people and send them shit and stuff like that. It's all the same shit, people. Stop fucking trying to blame Facebook or Twitter because some cunt wants to fucking suck a dude off just so she could get like $200 for a new goddamn mink coat.
Now,
Bullshit.
on Craigslist, when I went to sell a car on there, if you set the ad up and you put the price on there, you don't necessarily sell the car for that price. Is that the same? Or do they just have a problem with people selling their bodies or their time?
Honestly, I think they're just disgusted by the sexual solicitation, not the anything else. Because obviously, no one has a problem with anyone uploading Facebook. YouTube videos. Nor do people really have a problem with, hey, I've got this lawnmower. You want a lawnmower?
Hey, I got these titties. You want to play with these titties? $20 an hour.
I do. Here's $20.
All you get is the titties. You can't touch any of the rest of me, but you can borrow my titties for $20 an hour.
That's fine. Here's another $20. I'll take 2 hours.
Where do you post that on Craigslist now?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's got to be an ad somewhere on Craigslist that says, touch my titties for an hour, $20.
If you want to milk a small glass of this white liquid, $30. Oh, no. There's nowhere left for me to post that? Oh, man. Oh, and because of that, oh, shit. There's nobody willing to bend over for me either, because there's this damn, what is this thing saying? Millions of spouses, what? No. Where are these people? I want to meet someone. Women seeking women. Shit, same message. Nope. Miscellaneous. Nope. Fucking shit. How am I supposed to meet people for free now? Not that I need to meet people. I'm married. I had to literally check all this shit out.
Oh, that's fair. I'm still single.
How are you supposed to get on Craigslist and find these dirty hoes? I mean, really? So what if they want $5 the first time? You might get them for free the second.
I don't want to go on Craigslist because I don't trust anything on Craigslist. No matter how many times my friends tell me, hey, it's not all that bad. If you have to say it's not all that bad, it is exactly that bad.
Happy ending massage is $50. Oh shit, they took those ads too? No!
It's fucking ridiculous.
And that's the point is, alright, granted you're after child sex trafficking, illegal activities, people falsely hiring someone to come kill them. You're after all that, and now that may be found in the personal lives, but look at all the rest of the people's lives that you just messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I mean,
nobody will hire their own killer on the personal ads anymore. You're right. You're right. They'll just grab a gun and go do death by cop.
I don't. There are several stories of exactly that, and it's just so fucking weird.
Data, am I gonna be scared? Underused garden tools, is that where they are now? I don't want to look if they're underused garden tools. That's a little scarier for me.
Well, we do refer to them as hoes, so it makes sense. Where's Tonka when you need him to just start calling everything and everybody a hoe?
Back! Ho! No, I can't do Tonka. Skeeter! Skeeter! Skeeter, where's the hoe? Skeeter, you fucktard! Skeeter! Never mind, he ain't listening again. My second soda, it's on standby.
Okay.
Alright, here we are back at the board. Oh, dare I ask what to talk about next?
We've done an easy, we've done a general. Let's go over to hot. And oh my god, there are so many choices here. Let's go in alphabetical order. Yes, LGBTQ plus alphabet.
I was gonna say if we. For inclusiveness, why do we not see more men in makeup, hair, purse, or lingerie ads? I have my own answers to why we don't, but I'll let you go.
Well, funny thing, we do actually. This is where people consistently misunderstand. The male modeling world is pretty much very similar to the female modeling world. All those guys you see in those Calvin Klein ads are wearing makeup. It's basically something that photographers have done for a very long time to basically keep the glare off of people's skins if they don't want glare on it, or pretty somebody up and shit like that. So men in almost every sort of ad you see are actually wearing some kind of makeup, whether it just be some sort of foundation and all that shit.
Oh, that part
doesn't
I
really
understand.
matter.
That part I understand.
And then hair. Have you not seen those fucking Hair Club for Men ads? I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that is dedicated to regaining hair for men, or just, you know, darkening the hair up or giving you that nice seasoned man look, whatever the case is. But yeah, there's plenty of ads for shit like that. Purse.
Yeah,
go to France.
For you to get to that. I was waiting for you to get to purse and lingerie.
They actually have purse ads for men in France. Don't believe me? Where do you think the man purse came from? Granted, the whole purse concept is actually a very old concept, because everyone, men and women, used to have what is known as a coin purse. And every guy actually used to have a purse. We eventually just changed them. We made them bigger. We called them satchels, and we called them backpacks, and we called them knapsacks, whatever the fucking case is and shit. Technically, you can see a fanny pack would count as a fucking purse, for God's sakes. And lingerie ads, I'm sorry, but when did men's underwear not become lingerie?
It's not see-through. Lingerie is see-through. What is the definition of lingerie? Is it just the silky stuff or the see-through stuff, or is it anything?
Lingerie is sexy underwear.
Yeah, well, see, in my case, my wife doesn't always have underwear with all the lingerie for, well, easy access. You know, so I'm always confused about what's what, and then she yells out these, "No, it's this thing." I was like, "Yeah, okay, you wear it. I'll look at you in it."
Fair enough.
Go to a sex shop.
But yeah,
no, hold on. No, we don't see it nearly as common, and especially in America, especially with all this LGBT fight. You'd think you'd see this freaking Louis Vuitton ad with this man walking out in tight shorts and a purse or something with a scarf around his neck. Am I being stereotypical now? I'm sorry. He has earrings too. Maybe, you know, some yellow or red through his hair and streaks, you know.
I think that's a real thing.
That's just what I see in my head right now. It's like this fucking gay guy with his purple and yellow and red hair. And
bet you just jealous because I'm fabulous. But yes, as it is officially defined, lingerie is women's underwear. So basically anything that a woman wears for underwear is considered to be lingerie, which means if she wears a man's boxer shorts, that would be considered lingerie.
Ooh.
The fact that we have banana hammocks. No, well, I mean, it's supposed to be sexy underwear for women, but like, for fuck's sake, we have man thongs, we have banana hammocks, and we have, yes, silky man underwear. I actually used to wear a pair of like nylon, I think they were.
So damn expensive.
Still, does it really fucking matter, though? Does it really fucking matter that much?
I don't know.
That men are included into makeup, hair, purse, and lingerie ads? Does anyone give a fuck? Does anyone give a fuck if a woman is in a fucking football ad not being the sexy cheerleader in some sort of a lingerie thing? Does anyone really fucking care?
Ladies in the chat, would you like to see your men in some sexy, silky lingerie with things draping off of them as tents start to form and little drips start to come out the end? Ladies.
A part of me thinks some of your crowd actually would enjoy that.
Gentlemen, if you are also so inclined, feel free not to answer.
I actually do have to agree with something. Saki the real, but do we really want to see Matt Jarbo in makeup and lingerie doing his hair?
Probably.
Yes. Can I please get that video now?
Green screen if included.
I want him to gay it up as gay as he can possibly gay it up. Fucking call Jeff Holiday to help him out with that shit. I don't give a fuck. But now I need that video. I don't want to see it, but I need it.
Reed says I can't do ASMR. I don't have that sexy voice. Nobody likes what I have to say.
We should get failure accomplished in this video. He's got a sexy ASMR. The failure accomplished has a permanent ASMR fucking voice. I swear.
Hey guys.
he can't even get loud enough to be fucking intimidating.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey guys. Hey guys.
Oh man.
Hey, how you doing? Hey. I can almost do failure with a filter.
Hey
little
guys. Hey, we're gonna talk on the radio now. That sucks. All right, back to normal. Back to normal. Hey, look, and what do you know? Back to the board. I do not want to see hard cocks on my lingerie ads.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really does.
All right. You don't have to go from topic to topic, but feel free to approach the board however you like.
I'm just going to go ahead and go with what the fuck or fuck the world or for the win, I guess.
You're the first one to say fuck the world, and that's what always comes into my head when I see it.
Right.
What effort will be needed to push Earth into the next advancement of our species?
Everyone needs to stop fucking bitching. I'm actually dead serious about that. The people who are consistently complaining about this or that are actually making it harder for real advancements in almost anything. Because all the crazy radical feminists in 2012 to 15 were consistently complaining about not enough female representation in scientific fields. More and more we see scientific fields and offices, STEM fields, basically, turning down men to make room for women. This is a terrible idea. This is an awful thing.
Can we look at something from a different point of view since you bring up that argument? Something that's kind of come into my thought processes. When you look at men's and women's abilities to do certain jobs, there's the factor of some women just don't want to do the job. But when you start getting into sciences and chemistries, it's no longer about some women don't want to do the job. It's about exposure to certain things means those women may or may not have children in the future. Exposure to different elements or different testing procedures or different toxins could prohibit them from having children or having healthy children. And most women, when they go into a job environment, they don't just look at the pay. They don't just look at the hours. They're also looking at more reasonable things like, well, in like 5 or 10 years, maybe I'll want kids. Is what I'm being exposed to going to make me unable to have kids?
Yeah. That's actually an extremely valid point, because there are always going to be those strange factors that people aren't really taking into consideration in, say, chemistry fields or physics.
Space.
There's always going to be that risk that men are
they're
consistently
not allowed to have sex in space. That was one of the biggest things when the first women started going up, is not to have sex, no fooling around, no possibility of making conception in space because they don't know what it'll do.
So test it out in a zero gravity room. We have one of those now.
But you know what I mean. That's their thing, is they don't. Some women don't want to be exposed to that possibility of the negative effects on family.
Yeah, true.
And a lot of things affect women more adversely than men.
True. But that is what I think is the.
Oh,
is
but you're
needed.
absolutely right. Going back to the main topic, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I honestly think that everybody needs to just chill the fuck out and stop making it about sex. Stop making it about representation and stop making it about fucking race. This is actually causing us to stop. I mean, look at the birth rate in Japan. America is going to catch up to the very low birth rate that is in Japan because the dating scene is getting less and less with the American citizens because men are becoming more and more disinterested in actually going out there and trying to date women. I actually have a friend at work who he goes on Tinder a lot. And sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses. No big deal. But there is always at least 2 to 3 hookup stories that he has involving him meeting up with a feminist. And the reason why it never goes further than just, 1 fuck or 3 fucks, whatever the case is because her personality is so shit. He wants nothing to do with her after like the second or third fucking encounter. And that's something that consistently keeps happening over and over again. So I think if everybody stops fucking bitching and stops making a big goddamn deal about stupid lesser things that really shouldn't even matter to begin with, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to actually advance technology. We'll actually be able to discover things in the world we previously did not actually discover because of whatever fucking reason and shit. For God's sakes, a man landed back in, I think it was 2014, a man landed a probe onto a moving fucking target, onto, what was it, an asteroid or a meteor or something like that, and he was immediately berated because of the shirt he chose to wear. A shirt, mind you, designed by a woman for him, and he wanted to wear it because he really liked the shirt. But women went apeshit because it was lewd women on his fucking t-shirt. Ooh, big whoop the goddamn dude. It's shit like that. I mean, this guy did an amazing, phenomenal thing, and he was fucking hated on because of his choice of wardrobe. Really?
That gets annoying. And then there's the Me Too movement from shit that was 20, 30, hell, a couple of 40 years ago on some of these. And their accusations, they're not even filed court paperwork. It's just, no, he did this. I say he did it, so he did it. I want to ruin his life. This is
right.
I would like to hear more about the SpaceX. I would have loved to see all this news for these launches they've had, even the failures. I'd love to have seen the news about all of it happen. What did they do wrong? Explain what happened. Why did it fail? Was it a tracking issue? Was it a fuel issue? Was it a composition issue? Explain what's going on. Interest people in these things. Instead, you've got everybody's interest pointing at this school shooting and that school shooting and that massacre. And oh my God, we're killing each other left and right. You know, you're right. That looks like fun. Let's kill some more people. Where's my 357?
It's so fucking annoying. But yes, it just, everybody needs to stop bitching about everything, every little thing, and then maybe we can advance ourselves into the next, I don't know, millennium ahead of schedule.
If you look at the space race of the 70s, the 60s and 70s, and the need for the advancement, that came off of the USSR going, look, we can put this in space, and us going, look, we can put this on the moon.
Yeah.
Where's the race now? Where's the people wanting to strive for or achieve something better? No. What we want better is our representation. We need 47% of black people in this workplace because there's 13% in the population. And half of everything has to be women, and we'll put some Chinese people somewhere in there. And when we're all done, you guys have to figure out what jobs you're supposed to do because none of you were trained to do it. We hired you because of what you look like.
Yeah, that's another fucking reason I need that shit to stop. Because honestly, if you're not right for the job, then you're not fucking right for the job. You shouldn't get the job because we need to make a quota.
Right.
Fuck that.
And I want to toss in a final reason why we're being held back. It's you can make a plan today and an objective with a price and what that it's going to cost you to go to Mars. if you wait 3-6 months, it's gonna be like 3-5% more 6 months later because of the cost of everything increasing so quickly right now here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a lot of factors to it. I just wanted to toss that one in there as, by the way, fucking shit's going to be more expensive in just a few days. And then a few days later, it's going to be more expensive. And then a few days later, even more expensive. And that's just going to keep going right now until shit starts to slow down.
True. Very true.
So many things wrong right now. We won't get into all of them for a topic about advancement. Oh, where are we? We have 20 minutes left. We've got 4 out of the way. What do you want to do next?
Ooh, let's go with toys. This one seems interesting.
You never know. It is seen as childish to play with kids' toys as an adult. Why would it matter your age when playing with toys?
You know, that is an interesting question. I think that has to do with the same argument people try to give me when it comes to comic books, you know, because comic books, as everybody knows, originally was nothing more than printed entertainment for children. But as the years rolled by, the kids were becoming adults and they were actually getting jobs in the comic book industry. So they were actually enjoying it. They made a career out of it. Adults were enjoying it. Teenagers were enjoying it. People of all ages enjoy comic books. So why can't it apply to toys? I think it has to do with the stigma of if you play with a child's toy, you yourself are basically just childish. You're immature and stuff. And I think that's fucking stupid because, like, do you really think that way with a dad who's shooting his son with a Nerf gun and his son is shooting him back with the Nerf gun? Do you really think that way when a mom is playing fantasy with her daughter and, you know, she dresses up as the queen while her daughter is the princess having tea and shit like that? Is it really any different when you're playing with a kid? I don't think so.
I also don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. A million toys at Toys R Us clearance as they close.
Yeah, that actually was a bit sad. I'm not gonna lie. That was I never got to go to Toys R Us all that often when I was a kid, but dude, when I did, it was like fucking heaven. And then as an adult walking into Toys R Us, I hated everything I saw because the toys just sucked. There was no good action figures anymore. There were no cool toys.
No, if you go into a Toys R Us and you find the cool toys are so freaking expensive. So they've got the Star Wars droids in there, the life-size Star Wars droids, for $250.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not the kind of money I have for a toy to roll around my house. That really doesn't do much.
True.
So, I mean, you got to take into account, and then some of the cheaper toys you can find at Walmart for 3 cents less. So it's like, well, I need to run Walmart for toilet paper. I'm not going to also run to Toys R Us when I can get the same toy over here.
Yeah, and true.
It doesn't matter how hard they try to fight that, but I'm a Lego kid. Whenever my son dumps out the Legos and I got time and that little inclination, I'll go up and build with him.
Oh, yeah, dude, okay.
Got so much more than I did at his age to build and be creative with. So it is a ball sometimes to sit with him for a few hours.
I'm going to be honest with you. Zell tends to give Darnell shit whenever we're doing like a Han Solo or have Darnell on whatever show we're doing and stuff. And he makes fun of Darnell and he says, you know, he plays with Legos. He sounds like a kid playing with Legos, all that stuff. It's just a joke. He's not taking it seriously because Zell knows just as much as I do. If we were given a shitload of like Legos, if like you just gave us a massive box of Legos and stuff like that, he and I would just start fucking playing with Legos. We'd start building all kinds of stupid shit because we would have fun with it. It's bringing us back to our childhood. We used to love Legos as a kid. We can love Legos as an adult. There's nothing really wrong with it. And I think the reason why people throw a fit because, you know, age. Why would it matter your age when playing with toys? Because most people
are told at a young age how to act like an adult. And for some reason, we let people tell us actually how to become an adult. You know, there's that whole stigma of like, you know, what is a man? What is a woman? It's the same shit like that. I hate to actually say it, but it's a toxic way of thinking, because this is not how humanity has evolved. This is not how society has evolved. Like, in all honesty, just let people fucking enjoy shit. If you want to be a 45-year-old man playing with Gundam action figures and shit, be a 45-year-old man playing with Gundam action figures. Nobody cares.
Does this mean you're okay with, and you are a brony?
No, the ponies must die.
Shh, my daughter's home.
Okay.
Oh, man. It's... Alright, so let's put it this way. You're right, though. There is that, alright, you're a grown man. There's no reason you should be playing with toys. Hey, good idea. If you're a grown man and you want to play with toys, have kids. Because it's also recommended as a grown man that you interact and play with your children. And I tell you what, my kids absolutely love when I go out there and mess around with them. We were playing like dodgeball out in the yard, just throwing stuff at each other. And my daughter goes and grabs a whole bucket of balls and just throws it. So,
and
you know,
that's the best part.
You can be an adult and play with toys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for fuck's sake, adults actually make a living with playing with toys. All right, let's be honest here. What is a game console if not a big boy toy? You know, that's a toy for teens.
You've missed
basically
so many episodes of my show just by making that statement. We've been over that a few times. What game console is a game a toy, or game consoles toys? If game consoles and computer consoles are equal, and what the PC master race was. Dude, we've been over games. I mean, yeah.
I could go on for days on that subject.
We could, and I might do some... I've got some ideas for my show. My show may change shortly here in the future as I work some things out for fun. But hopefully what I'm working on will only make it that much better.
Cool.
Let's see. I think we have time. Let's try to knock out one more. What do you think?
Sure. Let's go with a nice, fun one. Let's go with movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
Should firearms be removed from movies to stop romanticizing the ownership and use of guns?
Fuck no. I swear to Christ, if you try to make another RoboCop movie, Terminator movie, or even Judge Dredd movie, which actually Dredd 2 is very possible, they are working on that right now, and try to say, oh yeah, let's go ahead and not give guns to Dredd, you're fucking crazy, because the show, well, the movie would be completely based around Dredd and how he killed people with his badass fucking gun. This is the stupidest argument anybody could ever actually make. Movies are not romanticizing guns. Video games are not romanticizing guns. Do you know what romanticizes guns? Guns! The gun itself is already romantic enough. Putting it in a movie or a video game isn't going to do shit. Putting it in a comic book isn't going to do shit.
I've seen some badass guns in some of those movies, you know, with like the brass housings and the ivory handles and all the decorative artwork. That just makes you go, you know what, if I owned a pistol, I want one like that.
And you know where that comes from? When we started making guns a little fancier over the years, when we stopped using flintlock all the fucking time, and even then, there was actually some flintlock rifles and pistols that were also actually designed to be exquisite. They were supposed to be custom made for like this noble or that noble, this rich man or that rich man. It didn't really matter. Dude, we customize shit all the fucking time. Look at cars, for God's sakes. Go to a car show. You basically got the same thing going on there. Cars were originally meant to just be these basic mechanized four-wheeled things,
horseless carriage,
and then exactly, and we decided to gussy it up.
to make this shit look gorgeous, to make it shine, to make it look good. Of course, if you've got the money and can customize your gun, you're gonna customize your gun. That's what people did in the Old West too. You know, that was one of the ways you could also tell a good gunslinger from a bad gunslinger. Because typically the good gunslingers didn't bother with all the fucking bells and whistles of what their gun looked like. They just wanted the gun to fucking work. Right. But the bad gunslingers, they had the prettiest, most gorgeous looking guns you would see. Like, oh yeah, I killed 50 men with this gun. And then they get shot in a fucking shootout. They run away screaming like a little girl. But no, this is a stupid argument.
Let's see. Somebody says lasers, fire, razor blades. Try phasers loaded.
I see. That's another thing.
Star Trek, their phasers, they don't even actually look like guns. They look like remotes, like something you would have actually had in the 90s as your remote control, switching channels and stuff like that. In fact, I used to own a remote that looked like a Star Trek phaser at one point, but they function like a gun. No, so where's the argument for that?
Chat, I was telling you, somebody type in phasers loaded.
Oh, you were telling the chat to type in.
Yeah, I don't think it requires anything. It's just an auto command because somebody typed in lasers. I went, but shouldn't that come up with a command? And I'm looking, I go, nope, it says phasers loaded is the command.
Oh, okay.
Phasers.
But yeah, no, I think that it's a very dumb idea. And if Hollywood actually does decide to try to go that route for some stupid reason, it's just ridiculous. That's like, did anyone watch the old Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon? Because there was actually, there's a few scenes in the first season of the Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon back in like the 90s, early 2000s. I can't remember when it actually came out. The Japanese version is going to
dry.
What?
Do I hear a dryer?
Oh, yeah.
Your laundry is now dry.
Oh, God. Yeah, Back to the Future. I'm going to have to watch that movie soon. But, what was this thing? Oh, there's a couple of scenes in the old Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon that they took out guns. I shit you not. They legitimately removed guns from a scene where these, I guess you could say gangsters or hired gun or bodyguards or something like that, went to go and essentially take Kaiba with them. Or no, I'm sorry, Kaiba with them. And when they did it, in the American censored version, they're just pointing at this dude. No shit. They're doing the finger gun pointing at him. They're actually supposed to be holding fucking pistols and pointing them at him, but America decided, oh no, that's too violent for kids. And then if you watch the digitally remastered E.T., instead of guns, they all have walkie-talkies.
How is that I'm not too violent for kids? That. Have you seen the mega fucking shit Pulse 5 Ranger 3 blast? 2 people have to put their hand on the front of the gun to make it shoot mega cannon bullshit?
Yeah. But this was supposed to be a kid's card game. There's the difference.
Yeah, so we have to stay with the card games. Also, if you guys want to try Monkey Bone, all one word.
It's
I was just putting this out there under a different context of the argument. So everybody's looking at this gun debate right now, going, we can't have guns, we shouldn't have guns. Everybody's romanticizing about guns. Well, should they be taken out of movies? Well, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think we should get rid of guns at all. I'm actually very pro-gun, despite the fact that I'm never going to own a gun. And it's not necessarily that I don't want to own a gun. I know that if I was to do the background check, they'll probably find something of my past that the building is going to be like, no, you're disqualified.
See, that always wonders me. I've been curious. It's probably not an offense to apply to buy a gun knowing that you can't, as long as you fill out the application honestly, right? I've been curious, as a felon, maybe I should go in and fill out the application and see what happens.
They will most likely turn you down, but
my felony was dude, my felony was in my early 20s. I'm in my mid to late 30s. I've already served all my time and taken care of, I think, just about everything I'm supposed to, except for one little detail that I know I'm supposed to. But what if I didn't know that?
What was it? A violent crime?
No.
No? Then you should be fine, actually.
No, I already know what the restrictions and everything are. But my curiosity is making me wonder, could I go in there, fill out the application completely honestly, take care of everything like the application says? I wonder if I would be approved.
Possibly. I don't actually know all the ins and outs of the vetting process, the background checks.
My bigger fear isn't that I wouldn't be approved. My bigger fear is if you knowingly request to purchase a weapon, knowing you have a record and cannot purchase a weapon, I don't think there's anything they'll do to you. I don't think there's any like fines or fees you'd have to pay for applying to buy a weapon knowing that you can't.
No, actually, in order to purchase a gun in most states, I believe there is an actual fee to take the test and try to be eligible and all that stuff. And you do have to pay for your own background check in that regard. So there is going to obviously be a fee, but the fact is that you're still not going to have any negative ramifications unless, of course, you have a warrant for your arrest. If you have a warrant for your arrest, chances are, well, yeah, but like I'm just saying, if you have a warrant for your arrest, they'll most likely try to hold you. Yeah, there's one way you can find out, and it's not fun.
Here you go, sir. Don't move. Why?
Right. But yeah, like there wouldn't be anything wrong if you knew that you probably wouldn't be able to get a gun, but you still applied to try to actually get a gun and all that stuff. Nothing bad would happen. They'll just deny you. They'll turn you away. They'll say, "I'm sorry, but your background check came back negative. You can't actually purchase a firearm. You can't even purchase like a holster for a firearm or anything like that. Like basically anything in that shop that is firearm related, they would tell you wouldn't be allowed to actually purchase it."
As far as I know, the only thing that the background check, and granted this is kind of off topic, just having conversation to fill the last couple minutes, the only thing I believe they can legally check for you to purchase is an item containing the receiver. So you can buy accessories for weapons, I believe, but you can't buy a weapon. You can't buy something that has the receiver, the ability to fire the bullet.
Oh, I got you. Actually, that is both true and untrue. It depends on where you go, because there are a lot of shops out there that discourage people from buying anything that is firearm related if you cannot actually purchase the firearm. And the whole reason behind that is because say you get a holster, you know, the kind that you typically watch detectives wear in, like, you know, noir movies or even like modern day movies and shit, so you can pull it out of your jacket and everything like that. Well, if you can't purchase a gun legally, then that's only going to give people the impression that you're going to purchase a gun illegally, which means that there's obviously, you know, sign number one that you are going to commit a crime. Probably.
Okay, but on the other hand, what if I am putting a home movie together and I want one of those cool looking defective strap-ons to put this little plastic pistol in, and I show them the pistol and I buy the thing and I go, okay, cool, so I kind of look like a detective now, right? Cool, put that in the bag, I'll pay you for it, and I go make a video. How is that any different? It's not illegal to sell me the holster. It's illegal to sell me the weapon with the receiver and the ability to fire.
Well, like I said, there are shops out there that will describe. I actually went into a gun shop and I asked them these questions. And there are actually gun shops out there that will either refuse to sell you those products because the lingering thought that you might purchase a gun illegally is always in the back of their head. But there's always going to be those shops where it's like, you know, if they know you, they know you're not going to do something heinous and stuff like that. They know you probably don't even have a illegal weapon and all that, and you really do just want it for a prop and all that stuff. Yeah, they'll probably sell you the damn prop, but they'll probably even sell it to you for cheap just because of the fact that, you know, it's most likely a defective item anyways, or you just want it for show, whatever the case is. I'm not saying that that's what is going to happen everywhere. It's just it's a shop by shop basis. You know, there are some shops that are going to reserve the right to refuse service to you, and they will. There are some shops that refuse service to a lot of other people, but they'll probably sell you some shit, just not the firearm.
All right. Well, I believe that wraps up our hour here, talking about something not even on the board, but loving it ever so much. Unwanted Reaper, one of our mutual fans, has been in the chat tossing links out to your channel as well as the Proper Villains.
Bitchin'.
I'm going
Love you, Reaper.
to copy this link into a new tab. No, copy link address. There we go. And we'll
apparently one of your fans, Henrik, also loves me.
Oh, well, it's always good. Mutual love.
Oh,
Can't put that mutual love on Craigslist anymore, though. Sorry.
It's a terrible thing, but no. We just got to go to the gardening tools section.
There's other places to go. I just don't want to yell out what they are and tell everybody where I am. Because I keep my little spies in places. Because how would I find out things if I didn't get in places and find out things?
Oh, God, I've been working with Varys this entire time. I didn't even know it. You little birds are going to spill all the secrets.
I'm everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. Be scared and watch my show
Num-
tomorrow.
NumbedSkull is the spider.
And with that, I have been working on a new clothes. And I put it in here somewhere and have no idea. Oh, there it is. It says, thanks for tuning in. Let's give you guys that. Ooh, and we'll get some music on our way out of here.